What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. DMZ missions are where it's at. We are currently in season 3 of the game and there was a brand new faction added with that, but we still do have all the old factions available, and that is actually what we're looking at today, the Crown faction, a tier 3 mission for that faction called Exposé. This mission is a 3-parter, basically expecting you to go to Ashika Island as well as Al Mazrah, and right off the bat the first thing I want to mention is that this is going to be a difficult time if you attempt it solo. Absolutely, I always advocate people to play with other teammates when they can, although my guides are focused on accomplishing this by yourself, and all of the footage and everything you're going to be seeing in the background is me doing this. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that this is infinitely easier if you at least have one other teammate, just due to the fact that there are so many things that can go wrong, especially with the second part of this mission, which can cause you to lose progress and have to essentially do the whole thing over again. Now, if you're still here and you want to attempt this solo, I'm going to walk you through it. Now, first of all, looking at the 3 steps that we need to complete for this mission. In the first place, we need to be extracting a Alcatala document from the Zaya Observatory dead drop. Now, this is of course on the OG map Al Mazrah, and then for the second step we need to actually be taking that document to Ashika Island, and we need to be heading to the main area of the island where the boss resides, Suki Castle, and we need to actually break into that area, and we need to go put this document in a specific location within that area. And then last but not least, the third step here is to extract from Ashika Island. Now, it's entirely possible that if you are attempting this and you failed, or you had this mission in your mission log while you were doing other things, then you will already have progress on the third step here, and that's cool. That can be done independent of the other 2 steps, and that's one thing already done for us. Now, jumping backwards quickly to the first step here, we need to be going onto the OG map Al Mazrah. We need to be heading to Zaya Observatory, and right next to this building over here you will find a dead drop that you need to access. As soon as you open this dead drop up, you will see a document there which you simply need to put into your inventory and then extract. As soon as you reach back in the main menu, you will see that this is one of the mission items. It will be in your inventory, or you can transfer it to your mission items tab, but you are going to have to make sure that this is in your inventory when you attempt the second step, which is of course now infiltrating Ashika Island. Now, as we infiltrate into Ashika Island with the folder in our inventory, I'm going to let the footage run in the background, and I'm going to go through some of the basics of what you're gonna try and do here. So first and foremost, you need to be effecting an entry into Suki Castle. Now, there are fundamentally 2 ways in which you can do this. You can either hack R2D2 Wilson, and that will give you access to the castle. In other words, you can get through the locked doors, or you can bring yourself a Suki Castle hideout key with. Now, it's entirely likely that if you've been diligently doing other missions and playing the game, then you might even have one of these keys in your inventory and you simply don't know it. Of course, the third way that you could do this is you could have a skeleton key, but you know, that requires getting a GPU and all that other stuff, so I'm kind of like not going to include that. But if you have a skeleton key, good for you. That's the third way to get in. But your first problem is actually getting into Suki Castle. Now, there's a couple of things you can do in preparation to doing this. I would absolutely advise you to have at least 1 self-revive, probably a whole bunch of plates. I would think about carrying additional ammo in with you, and probably 2 weapons is better than 1. You're going to need something that can chew through a shitload of AI really fast, because you are going to be solo and you are going to be working against time. Bear in mind that once you actually go into Suki Castle, mostly everybody on the map is notified that you are in there, and so it's entirely possible that enemy players are going to come and see if they can kill you and steal your progress, take the weapons case from you, since you're doing most of the work. So bear that in mind. Time is of the essence, and we gotta move fast. Now, in the footage in the background you've most likely seen, I got to the top of the mountain and I was shooting through the wall here, trying to essentially shoot the weapon case carrier and just make my life a little bit easier. I didn't end up capping him, but I did shoot like 2 AI that were at the top there. But basically, as I come down into the bottom, I don't hack the Wilson. I just use the key that I have in my inventory and I go in. Now, at this point in time, there's a whole bunch of hazards in here that you have to watch out for. There's bouncing betties, there's turrets around, and there's trip mines, and there's a shitload of AI running around. Now, I'd like to say to you that I did this super clean and that it was hyper efficient and that I didn't struggle, but the reality is this was a tough fight. You have multiple amounts of AI that will rush you from within the building, but also because you've opened the door at the bottom, they will also come from the outside. If you are the first person in this area, that is a shitload of AI, upwards of 30 to 40 guys which will be coming at you. So you need to be prepared for gunfights, you need to be moving fluidly, and you need to be disabling traps as you move through this area. Now, what you are looking to do is go all the way to the top where the trap maker is, but the desk also resides where you need to put this document down. And there's a couple of different ways you can do this, but if you follow the footage in the background, this will essentially lead you up to the second story where you have 2 more guns, or I guess it's 3 more guns that you have to disable, plus a whole bunch more AI, plus trip mines, plus mines, and then eventually you will run into the trap maker who you have to kill. Luckily he's not super hard, and that will essentially give you the opportunity to go all the way to the top of Suki Castle now, which is where you need to be. Now, one last time, make a sweep for any traps here, and then the desk that you're looking for is not the one in the corner as it might seem, but rather the one with all the monitors on and everything like that. And as soon as you walk towards this desk, you will see the prompt for you to be able to put the document down. Now, at this point in time, if you've already completed step 3, which is at some or other stage you've extracted from Ashika Island, you will immediately get mission completion. If you have not done this, simply go ahead and go and extract, and even if you die, as long as you've done step 1 and 2 and you have ticks on those, you can come back at a later stage and extract from Ashika Island, and you will still have mission completion with this relatively difficult mission for a solo person. That's going to be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Let me know if you attempted this solo, if you decided to rather do it with a group. Like I said, there's no shame in using help if it is available to you. This is definitely a mission that can go from super tough to super easy the more people you have. So if you can throw some bodies on it, actually, absolutely do that. But other than that, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Until next video, fucking cheers.
They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me.